Okay guys, before I go any further in this video, I want to go to the peanut gallery. Just a quick thing about the previous video I put out where I connected the CTEK charger a permanent connector to the car's battery. There were quite a few comments in the comment section saying that I did it incorrectly, and that it specifically said, apparently one comment, which I removed because it was quite insulting at the same time. Fortunately, whoever left the comment couldn't make a comment without being insulting, so it got removed. But the comment said that there was actually a sticker saying that you shouldn't do what I did, which is simply not the case, and I'll show you just for those people, just to shut those people up. So this is a little instruction manual that comes with it, and as you can see here, so the argument was that I wasn't supposed to connect the negative part of the terminal to the negative part of the battery, and this is the instruction manual here that clearly shows, and I'll make a close-up of it so you can see it, but this clearly shows that you're supposed to connect. It shows you how to connect it, so it's very, very clear there. The other thing that they said was that there was a sticker saying that you're not supposed to do that. Now, I think what they were referring to is what I'm going to show you now. That sticker actually refers to jump starting the car, and I'll show you in the actual book that came with the car. So the sticker is actually referring to jump starting the car, and it's saying that when you jump start the car, you should not connect the negative of the jump cable to the negative part of the battery, and you should connect it to a point that they've pointed out inside the battery terminal, inside the battery compartment. It does not say anything about not connecting a permanent trickle charger cable to that section. I do read the instructions, guys. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today is, as I said in my last video, today is time to take the 911 to Tech9 to have a new clutch fitted, and unfortunately that involves, I didn't know this about this car, but that involves the engine and gearbox being dropped so they can change the clutch. So that's kind of a big job. While it's there, it's going to have a new clutch flywheel, a lightened flywheel. Also, I've got new 200 cell cats because the ones on the car are sort of getting towards the end of their life. And I've got a new back box as well to go on the Klein. So I'm going to have a full Klein system. Already got the manifolds fitted last time. So that's all going to get done over the next few days. And then as soon as I drop the car off, then I'm taking the Boxster, the 718 Spider, should I say, not a Boxster, remember. I'm taking the Spider to Specialist Car Covers. Whoops, it's gone dark. I'm taking the Spider to Specialist Car Covers because they're gonna measure the car for a cover. Because I always use their covers, but this one they said, well, we haven't had one in, so we can't make you a cover. But if you bring your car, we'll measure it, and then we'll make the cover. So I'm gonna go and do that today. So let's get on the road. A few observations. First of all, the weather sucks. I would never normally take this car out in that weather, but I have no choice because it's booked in today. And the second thing is, I always do that. I always set it up and then I change it when I get in because it looks weird. Second thing is, these seats way more comfortable than the ones in the Spider. Yeah, these are so much more comfortable, and also they're a little bit more reclined.
than the ones in the Spider. The 918 seats, which is where they came from originally. That was the first car that Porsche fitted them in. And the 918 seats they're more upright. And I heard every reviewer talking about how they needed to be a little bit further back, and there should be a way to adjust them. Now, the problem is it's a fixed seat, so if you adjusted it backwards, then the front of the seat would come up higher. When I first got in the car, I was the same. I was like, wow, it's too upright. But after maybe the third time of driving the car, I was used to it. So I think a lot of the reviewers, it's an initial view, it's an initial thought that they have, and they don't drive it long enough to actually get used to it, to get accustomed to it. Maybe. In the passenger seat, I have my exhaust. So I was going to drive it down separately in advance, but I never got around to doing it. So that's joined me in the car. It fits okay. Alright, here we are, arriving at Tech 9. Oh, look at that. What a lineup. Wow, look at that. I love the second from the right. That's a 911T. I took some photographs of it last time, but I never videoed it, but that is a beauty. Alright guys, back home. Dropped off the 911, as you saw. And now I'm gonna make a coffee, and then I'm gonna head up to Specialized Covers, which is in Leeds, which is about an hour 30 minutes away. All right, here we go. So the trip I've got now take about an hour and a half. So unfortunately, the weather sucks, so I have no choice but to drive with the roof up. It was my intention, and it still is my intention, to only really drive this car when the weather is suitable for roof down, which in the UK sounds like it might not be very often. But to be honest, in the summer, we get more days where you could drive with the roof down than you might think. I mean, I've been driving Boxsters for, well, when did I get my first Boxster? 2007? So what's that, 13 years, 14 years nearly. I've been driving convertibles, should I say, because I had a 911 cab. And you get a lot of days. I mean, it might not be, you know, Miami, blue sky, that nice day, but it's not raining, which is basically all you need to drive convertibles, is it to be not raining, right? Before any work could commence, the car needed to be cleaned and dried. And then they started the process of making a template. guys, there we have it. So that was really interesting, actually. I wasn't expecting it to be so interesting, but I hope you found that interesting too. Yeah, I could have watched that all day, actually. Turns out it was very relaxing. So now what they're going to do is make the design from it, and then they're going to get in touch when my actually they're going to contact me and take my order, because I haven't actually officially ordered anything yet. It's going to take some time for them to get that fully done. As you can see, they did half of the car and they can just flip it over, and then I'll get my cover through. I'll show you when I receive it, and we'll put it on the car and I'll show you how well it fits.